Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is a 926 Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. And we're playing this on one of our custom special maps. This is called the Alpine Pass map. And you'll see that it is very, very hilly, and I don't host on this map very often. This is Team 2's advantage that they've got. Okay, and you can see the downhill advantage they got. They've got woods there if you want to bring barbarian troops for the woods bonus, or to hide your troops for those nasty ambushes there. But you can see here the big advantage that Team 2 has got. And look at where we are, all the way down there. I've got a couple of hill battles, as a lot of you will know, that I only host on those maps now and again, just if I think we really want to challenge here. I mean, just look at the steepness of the hills in this map. I mean, it is pretty... the hills are pretty massive here. As you go down into the dip, this is probably the last place you want to fight here, down in this dip where the enemy can come down from the higher ground onto you. As we move up onto the other side there, you'll see that once again the enemy have got a big hill advantage there. So as I say, Team 2 has got a massive advantage on this this battlefield, and it'll be a real challenge for us, as you will see as the battle unfolds. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Fesen. Now Fesen has got 14 infantry and 5 cavalry. Okay, but he's got mixed infantry here. You'll see that he's got urban cohorts with 7 upgrades on. An experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Remember that experienced stripe, very, very important to keep your troops fighting. He's got a morale boosting eagle unit there as well. So that's a good thing to bring. Always nice to have a bit of extra morale for your infantry. And then he's bought the unusual unit here of Triarii. Now remember, this is Rome's anti-cavalry unit, but I think they must have a very small anti-cavalry bonus, because I've seen these guys in the past fully upgraded get hit by enemy cavalry head on and break on impact, rout on impact. So that's why you don't see the Triarii very often on the 31k battlefield, because on paper they might look good, but actually on a practical basis on the battlefield, they're not very good at all, actually. A lot of veterans watching this will know about that. And you can see Fesen's cavalry's got 7 upgrades, an experienced striped gold shield, gold attack. So that's an interesting army there. Our next teammate is someone who's called himself OTD Chimrazig, but is in fact Scorpion King SR. He's got 3 archers, 11 infantry and 6 cavalry. There you can see, quick look at the upgrades on his infantry, and you'll see they're just gold shield, gold attack on his infantry there, which tells me he's going to have really good cavalry, is what I'm thinking there. He's just got 7 upgrades, an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So that's Scorpion King's army there. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius with his faction of choice, Greek cities, and he has got 12 Spartans, 3 archers and 3 light cavalry. Okay, you don't see light cavalry bought that often with a Greek cities army, but these guys are fast moving. They can hit enemy archers, they can get behind tired engaged enemy troops and smash into the back of them. They are pretty good units to bring for a Greek cities army. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, has bought his very old Roman army of 15 infantry and 5 cavalry. Okay, so there's our team. This has got the potential to be a really great battle. And there you are. That's the hill that we've got to climb to try and defeat the enemy team. Can we do it? Well, we just have to wait and see. And here is the other team. We have brother member TR, who's bought his faction of choice, which is Gaul. He's really persevering with Gaul. And he's got 12 infantry, 5 archers and 3 cavalry. And there you can see the spear warband there with their anti-cavalry spears. But they can actually hold infantry up quite well as well. And then you've got the chosen swordsman there. And I see he's got, I think, got 8 upgrades on the chosen swordsman. Remember, they've got the same morale as urban cohorts, excellent morale. And as I say, if you count the upgrades there, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 8 upgrades, 2 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his elite chosen swordsman there. And I think he's got naked, yeah, he's got a unit of naked fanatics there, as you can see. You don't see those very often. And this is a good tactical move here, bringing a morale boosting druid unit. Remember, most barbarian troops morale are not very good, so to bring a morale boosting unit is a really good tactical move. And I see he's got 3 cavalry. If I remember, he's got 2 fast moving light cavalry there. Okay, you can see them there, 2 fast moving light cavalry, and he's got a heavy cavalry unit there, barbarian noble cavalry unit there as well. So as you can see, it's very infantry based, but of course he's got his 5 Forester Warband archers hiding there, which you can't see. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Get Jacked. Now Get Jacked's got 11 pikes, 3 archers and 6 cavalry. Have a look at the upgrades on his forward piler shield unit there, just gold shield, gold attack, because that unit's going to take the piler damage and make first contact with the enemy. And just look at the length of those pikes. I know we've talked about this loads in the past, but our men have got to fight all the way down the pikes to kill the man on the other end. And if I remember correctly, he only had small upgrades on his pikes. There you are, just gold shield, gold attack, which is very unusual because we know Macedon morale is not very good. So you normally need an experience stripe on those to get the most out of them. So it's unusual to see Macedon just gold shield, gold attack, which tells me his cavalry must be absolutely massively well upgraded there. And there you can see his companion cavalry. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 5, 6, 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his companion cavalry. Remember, these guys are sometimes called the winged horsemen because you can see kind of like their wings on the helmets there. And these guys have got a massive 9 charge bonus. Remember, most cavalry in this game have only got a 6 charge bonus. He's got a 9 charge bonus, and the charge bonus is the impact and penetration that a unit can do. So I'd say quite a powerful cavalry he's got there. Their next teammate is RTW player Lando. Just look at the steepness of that hill. RTW player Lando there. And now Lando's got 10 infantry, 5 archers and 5 cavalry. Okay, 10 infantry, 5 archers, 5 cavalry. And say he's just making his way up that massively steep hill there. Have a quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So he's got some really serious cavalry there. And that will be a tried and tested Lando Roman army. Okay, their next teammate is RTW player Luke. Okay, now Luke has got 7 infantry, 7 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, yep, just 7 infantry, 7 archers and 6 cavalry. There's his 7 infantry. Now, has he got good upgrades on his infantry? No, just gold shield, gold attack on his 7 infantry. With such a small amount of infantry, you might have expected him better upgrades. But here, what we do, we allow 6 foot archers max in our games here. Okay, that's the rules of the game. Luke knows that. So let's see how many archers he's got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so he's bought 1 archer more than what the rules allow there. But you know, no big deal there. And just have a look at the upgrades there. You'll see he's got 7 upgrades on his archers. So he's got some serious archers there. Serious auxiliary archers. And I'm guessing he's got some really good upgrades on his cavalry. He usually has. You'll see some of his cavalry have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And others of his cavalry are fully upgraded, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 upgrades, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So I think 3 of his cavalry will be fully upgraded, and 3 of his cavalry will be 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack there. So that'd be a tried and tested army there. But he's only got 7 infantry. Is that enough for the modern day battlefield? Well, I guess we'll just have to see as the battle unfolds. As we look down here, I just want to have another look at the steepness of the hills and the advantage that Team 2 has got over Team 1 here. As I say, I don't host on this map very often. It's called the Alpine Pass map, and that's because it is so much of a challenge for Team 1. And if you just look at the steepness of the hills there, that Team 1 have got to try and attack up there to get to Team 2's troops. It's got the potential to be a cracking battle, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle, we've literally just pressed start. Aurelius and myself have decided to move into the woods here, moving up towards the enemy troops. Okay, so you can see both Aurelius and myself moving into the woods. And this is a very, very spread out battle. There's lots going on one flank and lots going on the other. Now on the other flank you'll see that Fesen there on the other flank is with his Red Julii army and Scorpion King's cavalry are going to make an attack on Luke's green Brutii troops here. Now remember, Luke's got 7 foot archers there, so that's a lot of firepower going into Fesen and Scorpion King's troops. Okay, but here you'll see Luke is retreating now as Fesen and Scorpion King start moving in on his archers and cavalry. You'll notice there that blue Scipii cavalry of Lando is being brought over, and here you'll see the Macedonian cavalry of Get Jacked as well. I think we'll be going over to that flank, if I remember correctly, to help their allies there, help his allies there. There you can see Lando's army there. And as I say, you can see the enemy are very established on top of the hill there, the Gaul army and the Macedonians there and Lando's army there. So there's 3 enemy armies there against Aurelius and myself, and of course we are attacking uphill. So that kind of makes it even more of a challenge, as you can see, for us. Here you can see you've got Scorpion King's infantry there and his archers. Now I'm guessing he's going to move it up the hill here to help Aurelius and myself against the 3 enemy armies that are there. But meanwhile on the other flank you'll see Fesen's Red Julii army and Scorpion King's SPQ or purple SPQ or cavalry over here. But there's a heck of a lot of enemy cavalry moving in on Scorpion King and Fesen. Okay, as I say, you can see Lando's blue Scipii cavalry there. You can see the Macedonian cavalry coming across the valley there. And of course you've got Luke's very, very well upgraded cavalry there. Okay, and don't forget all the time Luke's 7 archers will be shooting in to Scorpion King and Fesen's army there. That's the firepower with 7 foot archers there, backed up by heavily upgraded cavalry. Okay, so it's not an easy case of charging the archers down with your cavalry, because Luke's cavalry is probably better upgraded than ours. Pause the game for a second here. So as I say, you've got Lando's and Luke's cavalry there. You've got Macedonian cavalry coming up here behind Fesen's army. Okay, now over here you'll notice that Luke's 7 infantry there, he's just walking up that steep hill. Okay, he's just going to walk them up there. He's not running them. He's just keeping those 7 infantry fresh. Okay, but here you can see Lando's decided that he's going to move his infantry over to the other flank at this stage of the battle. Can you see that? You can see the movement there. He's left his archers here to help his allies up on top of the hill, probably shoot into Scorpion King if he tries moving up the hill. Okay, now over here on our left flank, as I say, you can see my SPQR troops have made their way into the woods here. Now what I'm thinking of doing here is flanking this Gaul army. Okay, that's what I'm thinking about doing there, just to give you a heads up on that. Okay, I'm thinking about flanking the Gaul army, even though they've got that hill advantage. I'm just thinking with the amount of pilers I could throw into that Gaulish army there, I could really weaken it before I attack, is what I was thinking there. And I know that Aurelius is just right by the side of me there with his Spartans. Okay, so as I say here, you can see the Forester Warband archers that were hiding earlier. Remember, they've got that unique ability that when they stop shooting arrows and stop moving, they just hide anywhere on the battlefield and you just can't see them. That's why we couldn't see them when we looked at the army builds earlier. But now they're starting to shoot their arrows there with that downhill advantage that they've got as well. So as I say, you can see me here looking to move my infantry on the flank there and attack those Gaulish troops here on the hill. Okay, now bearing in mind, as I say, they've got a big, massive hill advantage there. That's what I'm thinking about doing. And meanwhile, over on the other flank here, as I say, it's almost like 2 separate battles going on here. Over here, oh my gosh, look at this. Oh my gosh, look at all that Red Julii cavalry and infantry charging there. Here comes Luke's well upgraded cavalry. Look, bang, as he smashes in there with his well upgraded cavalry. Remember, 3 of his cavalry are fully upgraded. The other 3 have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. You've got Lando's blue Scipii cavalry there as well. Make no mistake, they would have caused Fesen a lot of casualties there with those cavalry hits that are going in. And there's Lando's cavalry charging there, Scipii cavalry charging in as well. So there's a lot of cavalry hits here going into Fesen's infantry. And I think most of Scorpion King's cavalry has been taken out at this stage. You've got Macedonian cavalry coming in behind Fesen. In fact, I think I can see Scorpion King's got 2 very battle-damaged cavalry units left. But there you can see that Macedonian cavalry charging there like a bang! And just smashes into the rear of Fesen's infantry. Oh my gosh, and all the archer fire coming in from 7-foot archers. See how Luke has got his cavalry on the higher ground to charge downhill to get that charge bonus, get that extra downhill charge bonus, and bang! As that cavalry smashes in there along with Lando's blue Scipii cavalry as well. Just look at that massive hit. And Fesen's Julia army, fair play to him, is still holding there. And there he's got his cavalry above them. He's going to charge in there. Nice hit there by Fesen, and bang, as he charges in there. Good news for us, we can see a lot of Lando's blue Scipii cavalry has now been routed there. And a lot of Luke's cavalry have been severely damaged there. So that's good news. But the 7 archers, the 7-foot archers of Luke's here, with all the firepower that brings, you can see they're shooting fire arrows into Fesen's army. Remember, fire arrows do less damage, but they lower the morale of enemy troops. So that's why Luke's firing those fire arrows into Fesen's infantry there, to lower their morale where they're fighting the 2 lots of cavalry there. There's a Macedonian cavalry charging in there as well, and then Luke's cavalry recharging there, if you like, and then he's pulling them back. Oh my gosh, I think Fesen's done extremely well here to hold against Lando's cavalry, Luke's cavalry, and get Jack's cavalry, plus being hit by all those fire arrows from Luke's archers there. But you can see a lot of Luke's cavalry has either been routed or severely damaged. So that's good news for us. Very good news. So well done to Fesen, did extremely well there. Had a little bit of help there from Scorpion King's cavalry, but I think all of Scorp's cavalry has now been routed. Okay, so here you can see, remember Lando was running down the hill here to move over to the other flank, but now you can see he's changed his mind and he's decided to run back up the hill. Okay, that's what he's decided to do there. So obviously that's what the team has decided that is the best thing for them. And over here you'll see Scorpion King has now advanced his SPQR infantry up the hill here and is now attacking Lando's archers there with what he's got left of his cavalry. There you are, he has got a cavalry unit left. I know he lost a lot of his cavalry early on in the battle, but over here you'll see that my purple SPQR infantry is now engaged with the Gaulish infantry there, pushing forward. You can see that Aurelius' Spartans there is helping as well. Right, can you see I'm charging my SPQR cavalry in? I'm doing a surge attack with my infantry, and I'm now going to ram home that attack with my cavalry. Get ready for this. And bang! As they smash into that Gaulish infantry there. Okay, so I did a surge attack, old school surge attack with my infantry, and then rammed home that attack with my cavalry there, trying to rout those Gaulish infantry. But you can see now that Get Jacked has brought his Macedonian pikemen across there as well. So we're still attacking uphill, if you notice there. And now we're up against Macedonian pikemen as well as those Gaulish infantry. Here you can see there that my troops are really pushing forward. What I'm going to try and do is engage the Macedonians, and I'm hoping Aurelius can bring his Spartans around the flank there. But our ace card, the ace card in the pack here, is Scorpion King bringing his infantry up behind Get Jacked. So now we've got a very good chance of doing what we call a sandwich attack here, where I'm going to engage and hold the Macedonians there, where Scorpion King's going to smash in behind them. That's the plan there, I think. And then Aurelius can charge his Spartans in wherever he wants there. But you can see Aurelius there engaging some more of the Gaulish troops. You can see a lot of Gaul troops now are starting to rout. And you can see there that what I'm going to do, watch my SPQR infantry. I'm going to surge them into those Macedonians. There you are. Can you see? I want to hold and pin the Macedonian pikes, and I just hope now that Scorpion King can crash through those Gaulish troops behind the Macedonians and come into the rear of those Macedonian pikes. Okay, I can see here that Aurelius' Spartans are coming in as well, so this is good news for us. Just as I say, I just hope Scorpion King can come through those Gaulish troops and attack the rear of the Macedonians. Okay, meanwhile over there you'll see Luke's 7 infantry and Lando's infantry. Now whether they're coming up the hill here to help their allies or whether they're going to move over to the other flank, we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, but meanwhile on the other flank there, as I say, you can see that Luke's 7 archers still shooting into Fesen's infantry there. It wouldn't surprise me if Luke gets a lot of kills in this battle with his well upgraded cavalry hits and the archers there. Remember, Luke's tactics, his infantry, are very often secondary troops to the tactics that he uses on the battlefield. Okay, at this stage of the battle you can see here that I've surged forward with my infantry to pin and hold those Macedonian pikes there, and hopefully Scorpion King coming behind them. This is a nice move here by Get Jacked. You'll see he's getting some Macedonian pikemen in behind my engaged troops. Nice move there by Get Jacked there. And you can see Aurelius there moving his red Spartans in as well. And you can see Scorpion King here looking to advance hopefully into the rear of those Macedonians soon. You can see here that my purple SPQR army is basically surrounded on 3 sides actually from the Macedonian pikemen there. And you can see Scorpion King moving his SPQR infantry forward. Here comes my cavalry. Right, I'm going to charge my cavalry into the rear of the enemy troops. See my SPQR cavalry going in there and bang! As they smash into the rear of both Gaulish troops and Macedonian pikemen there. Now remember that those Macedonian pikes didn't have an experience stripe on. So, and as we know, morale's not very good in Macedonian troops there. So without an experience stripe, those Macedonian pikes could start routing soon. There you can see a lot of the Macedonian troops and Gaulish troops have been routed there. Nice move there by Scorpion King bringing his purple SPQR troops in, and nice support there by Aurelius with his Spartans there. And there you are, it looks like we've taken out all the Gaulish troops and all the Macedonian troops are holding this massively high hill here. Through great teamwork there, I thought we played really well. I thought the enemy team, the Macedonians and the Gaulish troops, held well there, but good teamwork by us managed to overcome that massive hill advantage that they had there. And you can see there's a couple of Gaulish units left, but the majority of them have been routed. Now Lando, now it wouldn't surprise me if Lando started to move his army away from us there. I remember saying to the team, okay, now let's hit Lando there before he gets over to the other flank. And as I say, it wouldn't surprise me here if Luke's troops here moved over to the other flank now that they've seen their allies have been beaten there. Luke's still got a few battle damaged cavalry left there, but his archers will be causing a lot of casualties. Fesen there, if you notice, has got his infantry up on the higher ground there to stop the devastating effect of 7 archers shooting into him with a downhill advantage. So he's uphill now, so any arrow shot at him will have less effect. So that was a good move there by Fesen, taking his infantry up onto the higher ground. There you can see that Luke's archers are still carrying their bows, so they've still got plenty of ammunition left to shoot into our troops. Okay, but as I say, it wouldn't surprise me if Lando and Luke now try to get their infantry over to the other flank. But I remember saying to the team, right, come on, let's hit Lando now, as he's moving away from us. And also I noticed that his troops were I think very tired or maybe even exhausted. So there you are, you can see our troops now there. We just killed the Gaulish general. We can now just all moving off now towards Lando's blue Scipii arm infantry there, trying to take his infantry out if we can before we can get over to the other flank there. Okay, so you can see that I've only got a few very battle damaged cavalry left there, otherwise I would have smashed them into the back of Lando by now. Okay, so just to explain here, you can see Lando's troops, if you look, if you read there, can you see exhausted? Okay, now remember the 6 stages of fitness on Rome Total War. You've got fresh, warmed up, winded, tired, very tired and exhausted. And when you get to tired, very tired and exhausted, your troops' morale drop like a stone, and their battle proficiency, the actual way they fight the battle, also drops off the cliff as well. So the last thing you want to do is fight when your troops are tired, very tired or exhausted. And as I say, you can see Lando's army infantry here are exhausted. So what I'm thinking is, if we can hit him with our troops now, there's a good chance we could rout all his infantry there. But as you can see, he is trying to run away. And as I say, with his troops being exhausted, the battle proficiency and the morale of his troops really has dropped off the edge of a cliff. He'll be trying to get up onto the other flank there, to get up onto the higher ground. That's what he'll want to do. But as I say, I remember saying to the team, come on, let's hurry up and hit Lando. There's my cavalry, very battle damaged. But you can see my infantry there as well, kind of leading the charge of the team there to try and get to Lando, take his infantry out before he can get onto the other flank and get up onto that higher ground once again. Okay, we don't want the enemy team getting onto the higher ground if we can help it. We've cleared one lot of higher ground. Now we've got to try and get onto the other part of the battlefield there, onto the other part, if you like, of the higher ground. Okay, so you can see both Scorpion Kings and my SPQR infantry moving towards Lando, and you can see Aurelius, his Spartans, moving towards him as well. Okay, but make no mistake, Lando will just be going flat out to try and get on to the higher ground on the other flank there. Just look at the steepness of that hill, and you can see Luke here, who I believe has been keeping his infantry there. They're warmed up, look. So they're still, you know, basically at their optimum battle proficiency there. Remember, fresh, warmed up. That's probably their optimum battle fitness, if you like. But as I say, the rest of us there are really charging down, trying to hit Lando's exhausted Scipii infantry. Now, make no mistake, they're trying to get to Lando, really wants to get up onto the higher ground there. But over here, as I say, you can see Fesen's infantry there. He's lost a few more units. I think most of his cavalry has now been taken out, but at least he's up on a bit of a higher ground. There you can see the archers there of Luke. He'll be looking to get in at a good angle there to try and cause Fesen as many casualties as he can. Right. Okay, if you notice here, can you see that Fesen is now moving his Julia army forward there, possibly with a view to trapping Lando's infantry. There you are, you can see him moving over there. Now you can see Lando's blue Scipii infantry running to get up onto this higher ground, but you can see here that Fesen's moving his Julii infantry forward there. So maybe we could sandwich Lando's blue Scipii army between our SPQR and Greek cities ally and Fesen's infantry there, and try and take out the Scipii infantry of Lando. Okay, as I say, Luke's infantry here, what's it now, fresh. See, his infantry are fresh. I mean, they're at their absolute optimum battle condition there. That is that's what he does with his infantry. As I say, his infantry are very secondary in his battle tactics, but he keeps them fresh to bring them in when he needs them. He relies on his archers and cavalry to get the big kills that he usually gets. And as I say, his infantry are very secondary to those ends. But here, as I say, you can see Scorpion King and myself, SPQR infantry, really trying to catch Lando's infantry there. But we are aware of Luke's fresh infantry coming in on our flank, and we're just hoping that Aurelius gets down there with his Spartans there to counter the fresh infantry of Luke's there. Okay, because I think both Scorpion King and myself are very tired, if not exhausted ourselves there, chasing Lando's infantry. As I say, our aim is to try and stop Lando getting onto the higher part of the ground on that other flank, because that's what he wants to do. He wants to obviously grab the higher ground to get the high ground advantage there. And the moment he starts going uphill here and we're chasing him, At the moment he feels he's got a height advantage, he may well turn on our infantry. He's thrown one unit in there to slow us down there, so we can't catch the bulk of his infantry very easily. See that one unit he just sacrificed there to slow us down? But you can see Luke's green Brutii infantry there, that fresh infantry ready to come in on our flank. Okay, meanwhile over here, Fesen's moving his Julii infantry forward there towards Lando's blue Scipio army. But make no mistake, Luke's archers will be shooting in Fesen's infantry now into the rear of Fesen's infantry. So there you can see Luke's archers there still carrying their bows, so they still got ammunition left, ready to shoot into Fesen's red Julii infantry there. Okay, so here you can see Luke's green Brutii infantry there, and you can see that Aurelius is bringing his Spartans in. So what Luke's decided now, he's going to make the most of the high ground. He's going to run his infantry up onto the higher ground there, where of course he will have the big hill advantage there. You can see my infantry, I'm still doggedly chasing Lando's infantry there. But as I say, it wouldn't surprise me here now if Lando actually turned. You can see Fesen's red Julii infantry now has got in front of Lando here. So what Lando may well think he may do now is charge downhill into my advancing infantry. Now I know Luke's got a couple of cavalry units on this flank as well. So what I'm thinking here is I'm going to take a Scipii, a blue Scipii downhill infantry charge, and Luke's going to charge his cavalry in as well. Okay, it wouldn't surprise you. You can see Luke's battle damage cavalry charging in there like bang! As he smashed in there. You can see Fesen's red Julii infantry charging down. I just wanted him to smash into the rear of Lando's blue Scipii infantry there. As I say, you can see Luke charging his cavalry in there. Okay, so you can see Scorpion King's SPQR infantry in behind mine. What I'm going to try and do here is just hold the Scipii infantry there. As I say, Fesen's got his infantry there on the higher part of the ground and charging them down into there. You can see the cavalry of Luke's charging in there as well. Oh my gosh. And as I say, over here you can see Luke, they're trying to reposition his archers there. Although, no, they've drawn their swords. So it looks like most of Luke's archers have fired all their arrows. So he'll be looking to use them as light infantry now, I would think. And we need Aurelius now to move his Spartans up that hill to help us. You can see I've got my infantry engaged there. You can see Fesen's Julii infantry are engaged there as well. I'm going to try and smash into the back of these Scipii infantry there in a sandwich attack. A hammer and anvil attack, if you like. Fesen's infantry being the anvil and my SPQR infantry being the hammer there. You can see Luke bringing his infantry across there. Oh my gosh, that's bad news for us. Fesen's general has just been routed. So that is bad news for us here. And you can see both Scorpion King and myself moving up the hill. You can see Aurelius bringing his Spartans up. He may well be looking to get round behind the enemy troops there. We just have to wait and see. But remember, as I say, Luke's troops are in a lot better condition, fighting condition, than our troops are. We've just run from one flank to the other there. So Luke's green Brutii infantry there will be, as I say, probably in optimum fighting condition there as our troops are moving up the hill. There, as I say, Scorpion King and my infantry are both absolutely exhausted, as is Lando's blue Scipio troops absolutely exhausted as well. You can see there Fesen's red Julii troops still holding quite well, really, I think. And there you are, you can see Aurelius' Spartans coming up behind the enemy troops there. As I say, what we'd like to do here is to try and take out the blue Scipio troops of Lando, and then maybe the Spartans there can take on Luke's infantry. Right, okay, so these archers here have been shooting in to the Spartans, and here is like a trail of tears, if you like, for the poor old Spartans there. Look at the dead that they've suffered, the casualties they've suffered moving up that hill just from Luke's archer fire. As I say, I think Luke's going to get some big kills here, mostly from his archers and of course his well upgraded cavalry there. And poor old Aurelius has lost a lot of his Spartans there from those archer hits. But you can see a couple of Lando's blue Scipio infantry units starting to rout. You'll see Luke is pulling his Brutii troops into the woods here. Okay, remember, when you're defending the woods, the trees actually stop the charge bonus of enemy troops when they attack you. Right, here you can see Getjack's rallied some of his Macedonian units and brought them over into the fray. And you'll see Scorpion King has turned a couple of his units to take on those Macedonian units there. But you'll see Aurelius has now made contact with the enemy troops with his Spartans. And as I say, the bulk of Scorpion King and myself units are moving forward there to engage, okay? But you notice, as I say, Luke's gone into the trees there because he knows that when enemy teams attack troops in the woods, the trees actually stop the charge bonus a lot. Really does stop them, because of course they can't help charging into the trees there, which slows them down and stops their momentum. But here I can see Scorpion King here closing in, probably trying to get around the flank of the enemy troops. I've got my troops there as well, all exhausted there. I think Aurelius's Spartans there, I don't think they're in too bad condition, if I remember correctly. But as I say, you can see the enemy troops there moving into the woods there to try and stop the momentum of our attack on them. You can see they're exhausted. There you can see Lando's troops are exhausted. And you can see even the Spartans are very tired there. So as I say, it looks like all the troops in this battle are either exhausted or very tired here at this stage. But we've managed to get up onto the higher ground, kind of like almost parallel with the enemy troops. But as I say, they've moved into the woods there. Smart move there. And as I say, you can see Aurelius moving his Spartans in against Luke's infantry. Now I'm thinking, I would have thought most of Luke's archers would have shot most of their arrows, if not all their arrows by now. But just look at the casualties. There you are. You can still see arrows coming in from Luke's archers. But just look at the casualties, as I say, that poor old Aurelius' Spartans have suffered there, just purely from the archer fire of Luke's archers. Okay, remember he's got 7 archers there, and the firepower that he's brought down onto those Spartans there caused a lot of casualties. So as I say, Luke relies mostly on his archers and well-upgraded cavalry for his big kills, and as I say, his infantry are very secondary to his battle tactics. As I say, here you can see there's the general there, Lando's general. That's the guy we want to try and kill if we can, take the general morale bonus away from the enemy troops there. You can see Luke still kept his pilers. A lot of his infantry have still got pilers that they're throwing into us here. And as you can see, my infantry, my SPQR infantry attacking Lando's general unit there. But as our troops are so exhausted, we don't make, you know, when your troops are exhausted, you're not going to make many inroads in there. I think that actually might be my general that's just been taken out there. But I've got an Eagle unit within my infantry there, so it'll still be giving morale bonus. There I can see a Scorpion King bringing his infantry forward. And as I say, you can see the Spartans advancing slowly into Luke's infantry there. But as I say, as we advance, look, can you see that the trees slow your troops down? They stop the momentum, and they actually really reduce your charge bonus as well. So that's why Luke's pulled into the woods there, because he knows that. And meanwhile here, I think, if I'm not mistaken, at this stage of the battle, all of Luke's archers have now shot all their arrows, and he's going to start using them as light infantry, if I remember correctly. Those rallied units of Getjack, those Macedonian rallied units, have now been routed there. So we've managed to rout them. And I think that's Luke's general's just been taken out. So that's good news for us there. But as I say, can you see how the trees are stopping the momentum and the movement of our troops forward? So as I say, moving into the woods when you're defending is a really good move, because as I said before, the trees really stop your charge bonus and really stop the momentum of the attacking troops there. There you can see Lando's general unit. He's trying to move it away from the action. Look, keep the general alive is what he's trying to do there. But you can see the Spartans here have, you know, basically broken through there. I've charged my SPQR infantry in there as well. The thing is, the only problem for us is I think Luke's troops there, because they're still in pretty good condition, will rally and come back. Even though we've routed those units I think will rally and come back into the battle. Here you can see Scorpion King fighting the more of Luke's infantry there. Oh, that's not very good news for us there. You can see that Scorpion King's general has just been routed. So with my general dead and Scorpion King's general being routed there, we've lost our general morale bonus. I know I've still got an Eagle unit there, so that's still giving a command bonus there to my troops. And to say the Spartans here are moving around trying to get in behind Luke's infantry there. And here you can see our troops really pressing in there. And here comes the Spartans coming in there using their alt attack weapon, the sword at the moment, just trying to take out Luke's infantry there. You can see us really pressing in there. But as I say, those units we saw routed of Luke's, there you are, those units there that have now rallied. Okay, if we still had cavalry, obviously we would have chased them down. But because we didn't have any cavalry, we've now allowed them to rally and they can come back into the battle now. They could well make a difference in this battle as we're near the end now. Here you can see one of Luke's units here being pressurized by our troops really pushing in there. And you can see the Spartans moving in as well. There, as I said, really pressing in there. But to that unit of Luke's there, it looks like it's going to probably fold there. I think that unit is tired as well, so his battle proficiency will be very low. There you go, we routed that unit. We're about to rout this other unit of Luke's here. There you go. So, but as I say, those other units of Luke's have now rallied there, and they will come back into the fray. And over here you'll see that Lando's general there, he's run his general away. There, obviously he doesn't want his general killed, but that far away from the battle, none of the enemy troops will probably be getting any general morale bonus from his general there. Okay, but as I say, here you can see TR's got a cavalry unit and a couple of his units that he's rallied and has brought over here to help Luke. Okay, remember those barbarian troops get a woods bonus, even though they have been battle damaged there. And as I say, here you can see, it wouldn't surprise me if Luke uses the speed of his archers there to outrun our infantry. There you are, look. Can you see how he's trying to draw Scorpion King's infantry away from those woods? There with his archers, he lets them get close, then runs away, look. Trying to draw Scorpion King's infantry away. And I think that Luke will then be looking to bring his rallied infantry units into the woods there. That's why I think he's trying to draw Scorpion King away. What I'm going to do now is kind of put my infantry together a bit more. All I've got left is battle damage units, so I'm going to try and put them into a stronger battle formation now, as they are very battle damaged. Here you can see Aurelius moving his Spartans towards Luke there. But as I say, you can see Luke's rallied units. They're just winded, where I think all of our units are probably exhausted now. Or very tired. And as I say here, what I think Luke's trying to do is draw Scorpion King's infantry away from those woods, so that Luke can then bring his rallied troops into the woods. Oh, here you can see Lando's brought his general unit over here to attack one of Scorpion King's units, and you can see Scorpion King bringing another one of his units in there. You can see that cavalry unit of TR going to charge, I think, into the back of one of Scorpion King's engaged infantry units. There you are. You can see that cavalry unit going to charge in there. Get ready for this. And bang! As he smashes in there. Oh my gosh. Nice impact there. Now, if you notice, can you see that? You'll see now that Aurelius is bringing his Spartans over to this part of the battlefield here. So, like, as I say, I think Luke is trying to draw my allies away there, and then he's going to take his infantry into the woods there. And it wouldn't surprise me if he attacked my SPQ or infantry. As I say, I've only got a very few battle damage. His units are warmed up, look, so they're in basically the optimum battle condition there to fight, so he's fine, but my guys are still exhausted and they're extremely battle damaged. So it wouldn't surprise me if Luke aggressively attacked what's left of my infantry now, as most of my allies have moved away from the woods. Okay, so I'm just going to keep my troops there, try and hold up Luke for as long as I can. There you can see them charging in, but as I say, his units are basically in optimum fighting condition and my units are exhausted there, so I don't know how long I'd be able to hold them there before all my army is taken out. But as I say, you can see my allies have moved all their troops kind of over here to attack maybe Lando's general unit, but they've moved a heck of a lot of their troops over here. So as I say, Luke is taking advantage of that to attack my very exhausted infantry there. So I just hope my allies can get some reinforcements across there. You can see one Spartan unit there has just arrived to help my infantry out there, but you can see my exhausted infantry have just, you know, they're just basically almost waiting just to rout, really, I think, with those infantry of Luke's in very good battle condition there, attacking them. And as you can see there, a lot of my units have now routed. That's all my army has now been routed. All my SPQR troops have now been routed there, and you can see that Aurelius' Spartans there are now holding the line where all my infantry now, what was left of my infantry, has now been routed there. So I just hope my allies can get there, or they're running back now to get to the woods. As you can see there, Aurelius trying to get his Spartans back there as fast as he can. But as I say, and I don't think Scorpion King, I don't know how many troops Scorpion King has got left, but I know his units are very battle depleted as well. And there you can see those Spartans gradually advancing into the Brutii troops there, and I think Luke has just admitted defeat. There you are, Luke has just admitted defeat there, and I think that our team has managed to go on to win the battle there, and TR has just admitted defeat as well. So I think that's pause the game for a second. Now talk about a spread out battle here. As I say, our team has just about managed to go on to win the battle. So if we go right the way on to the other flank, over to our left flank there, of course up on that massive hill, we managed to beat the Macedonian and Gaulish army there. There you can see the massive pile of dead there of all those enemy troops there on top of the hill. As I say, we did well there attacking uphill against the Gaul and Macedonians there. I thought nice tactics there. You can see the big massive pile of dead there, so you can see how intense the fighting was on that hill. As we move down here, look, more dead troops. So there you can see there. And as I say, we started to chase Lando, didn't we, over to the other side of the battlefield here. As I say, a very, very hilly battlefield here for our troops to fight on. And as we move out here, there you are, there's the Spartan dead, killed by all these Spartans here, killed by Luke's archers there, who were up on the higher ground. So they were getting their arrows are going further and doing more damage there. And poor old Aurelius lost loads of his Spartans there to archer fire there of Luke's 7-foot archers there. As I say, we move over here, you can see the piles of dead there of all the enemy troops and all our troops as well. As we move up there, up onto the higher ground once again there. And as I say, we managed to go on to win the battle there. You can see all the dead there in amongst the trees as well. So as I say, I think our team did well there, with the bearing in mind that Team 2 had such massive hill advantages there. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played well, and I wanted to show this back because it's a close victory. As I've said before, we rarely get close victories these days, so that's one of the reasons I wanted to show this particular battle. And just to say, the highest kills in the game, as we thought he would be Luke. Got the highest kills in the game, so well done to him. His archers and cavalry there did the trick for him, as they always do. And as I say, his infantry very secondary to his battle tactics. So well done to Lando. He'll be disappointed. He got less than 1,000 kills, but I thought he played well, so well done to him. There, well done to Get Jacked. Got some good kills with his Macedonians there. Well done to him. And TR probably be a bit disappointed he got less than 1,000 kills as well. But really well played, guys. Great battle there. And I think you took full advantage of your hill advantage there, so well done. My kills, I've managed to scrape in second highest kills in the game, so not too bad, bearing in mind we were fighting uphill most of the time, so I'm quite pleased with that. Well done, Scorpion King, got some great kills as well, only just a few behind mine. He did really well. And well done to Aurelius, got some good kills. Fesen might be a bit disappointed he got less than 1,000 kills, but I thought he played well and held well on our right flank there, bearing in mind all that cavalry that was hitting him and everything there. So as I say, I thought it was interesting to see the 6 stages of fitness in battle as well, and how it can really affect a battle, you know, when you're fighting exhausted. The Spartan Commander saying bye for now.